Hey, what's happening, Disney viewers? It's me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's Versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Jimmy Uso against John Cena. Now, this may seem like a very weird match, considering the fact that it was neither of their birthdays this past week, especially since we did have several wrestler birthdays this week. But I'll explain why we're doing this match in a second. First off, we should probably begin with those birthdays from this last week. It was the great Khali's birthday, August 27th. He turned 51. It was Jeff Hardy's birthday, August 31st. He turned 46. Same day, August 31st, it was Mickie James's birthday. She turned 44. And again, same day, August 31st, it was Ember Moon's birthday. She turned 35. Now, the reason we're not doing any of their birthdays is because none of those four people who I just mentioned are in this game. At least, no, Mickie is in this game, I think, but like none of the other three are. So, yeah, which is kind of weird to think about. That like three of the four people aren't in this game. So why are we doing Jimmy and John Cena? Well, that's because this was a match that was actually teased last night on SmackDown. It was the opening segment, and a lot of people actually thought this might have been the main event of that night, or something that they may be leading up to in the future, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So anyway, let's begin with Raw. Sami Zayn beat Damian Priest in a pretty good match that went without basically no interference from the Judgment Day, which was nice to see. The Viking Raiders beat Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Chad Gable faced Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. The match ended up ending in a DQ after both Otis and other members of Imperium got involved, which led to a big brawl between everyone. It was announced that Chad Gable and Gunther would face each other again for the Intercontinental title later down the line. I believe they said next week. It was either next week on SmackDown or... yeah, I think it was next week on SmackDown. I don't think they're going to be doing that at Payback, which I don't really get. I mean... So I'm listening to the commentary. I always listen to the commentary when I'm doing these. It's always just fun hearing what they say, especially at the beginning, because they'll usually go on a little monologue about one of these guys. Where was that? Oh yeah, so I don't know why they're not doing that at Payback, because, I mean, if you remember their first match, the one that ended in a countout, that was a really good match. I mean, this is something I said before, this is a pay-per-view quality match. Especially if they're given plenty of time, like they were last time. So I don't know why they're not just doing it at Payback. Because you know that the switches are going to happen on free TV. You know Gunther's never going to lose on free TV. Especially at this point. Because I think now he's, what, 10, 12 days away from breaking the record? So I don't know what the whole point of, you know, holding off on it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know he's going to retain it. You know he's going to break the record. Oh, they don't. Tommaso Ciampa beat Bronson Reed in a pretty good match. The ending was a little weird, though. It definitely ended pretty awkwardly. Remember WrestleMania 35 and that ending of the main event? Yeah, it was basically that again. And the main event of Raw was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark. during the end of the match, Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark were up on the barricade. Trish Stratus kept getting involved throughout the entire match with a kendo stick. Towards the end, Trish got started to get involved again before getting accidentally laid out by Zoe Stark. And did she go through a table or did she just like fall off the barricade? Either way, she got hit smacked in the mouth and ended up taking a fall. That distraction allowed Becky Lynch to hit Zoe Stark with the manhandle slam through a table and win the match. Afterwards, Becky Lynch paid tribute to Bray Wyatt, holding up the armband with Bray's name that she was wearing throughout the entire match. So it'll be interesting to see if this leads to a breakup between Trish and Zoe Stark, because there was actually a moment early in the match, which I don't know if it was planned or not, where Trish tried to throw a chair into the ring and accidentally hit Zoe with it. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was legitimately an accident, but, you know, seeing that and then seeing Zoe lay out Trish, I don't know, it'll be funny to see if they acknowledge that in their eventual breakup. Ooh. Busted him open. Here we go. Oh no, hey. Oh no, you don't. Oh no. Crap. No. No. I'm out. Okay. Aha. I'm back up. Ow. Ah. No. Get off me. Here we go. Aha. Stay down. Moving on to SmackDown, the opening segment of the night was John Cena's return, which was announced earlier this week. He returned to reveal that he is going to be the host of Payback, which takes place tonight. This then led to Jimmy Uso coming out and confronting John Cena. The two of them get into it, and John Cena ends up planning Jimmy with the AA. Which is what I said, it almost seemed like they were building to a match between the two of them. Or some kind of confrontation later in the night, but nope. That was it. Cena didn't come back out. Jimmy never, well, shouldn't say that because he does come back out, but not to face Cena or anything. So we'll see if something happens at Payback between the two of them. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory beat Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio after Santos basically took the bullet for Rey, taking a knee for the face that ended up being the finish of the match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro in what was honestly really nothing of a match. It was really short, and you got the champions beating these guys who haven't had a significant win in a year. Really. So it was a match that either didn't really need to happen or should have been given more time or something. I don't know, it just felt like, the established stars, it basically almost felt like a squash match. But it's a squash match where the guys who got squashed are obviously a team that WWE are trying to build up. So it basically did the opposite of what they're trying to accomplish. Shotzi beat Bayley after some interference from Charlotte Flair. In the main event, ow. Boom. In the main event, AJ Styles faced Solo Sikoa. Near the end of the match, Jimmy Uso came back out, but instead of attacking Solo, like you would imagine, he actually tripped up AJ Styles, which allowed Solo to get the win. This then led to a confrontation between Jimmy and Solo, and Solo actually almost went to hit the Samoan Spike on Jimmy, but Paul Heyman called him off, similar to what Roman Reigns has done several times in the past. Jimmy then went on to hit the splash on AJ Styles before walking off without Solo. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Oh no. No! Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh. No, you don't. Aha. And here we go. Oh, no, never mind. Ow. Ow. No. Goodbye. Oh no. No. Get off me. See, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. So, I mean, Jimmy was the one who initially broke up the bloodline, really. It was him who first attacked Reigns, which then led to Jay attacking Reigns. So the two of them broke off, and now Jimmy has attacked Jay, and now he's helping Solo. So I don't know what's going on here, or there are people who are throwing out the idea that he's doing this in order to, like, draw out Reigns in order to attack him or something. Which I can kind of see, but I don't know, it just feels a little weird. Alright, what am I losing? Running hip attack. Small drop. Okay. Ow. No, get off me. Alright. Behind me. Aha. Oh, man. Oh. Alright, here we go. Off the top. There we go, okay. I just want him to get rid of his resiliency, so we're good. Alright, come on. Ooh. Hiya. Can I do the catching finisher? Let me see. Yep. Bam. Good night. It's over. Count it. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the whole bloodline. You know, there was a tweet several weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago at this point, where I think it was when Jimmy, no, when was it? I think it was a good month ago. I think it was before the Jey Uso Roman Reigns match, or maybe it was right when it was like the night after Jey walked out, and basically said he quit WWE, or Paul Heyman put out a tweet basically saying that basically responding to the people who think the Bloodline storyline's wrapping up. He says, "No, man, we're just in the bottom of the third," or something like that, and that got a lot of kind of negative responses, basically saying, "No, you're not in the bottom of the third. You're on the point where you're almost dragging this out now." Just waiting to figure out a way to conclude it. Like, you're just trying to come up with stuff to fill time before WrestleMania because you're running out of things to do. A lot of people still feel that it should have ended at least the Reigns' reign should have ended at WrestleMania. You can keep the Bloodline storyline going for a few more months after that, especially with all the stuff going on with Jay and all that. But because they held off from WrestleMania, now they're basically waiting till the following WrestleMania before they can really conclude it. That's 12 months of story they need to do. And, you know, they've done a pretty good job so far, but now, you know, now they're having to go back and basically undo certain things just so they have stuff to do. So, we'll see how long they... Because now, for so long, this storyline was so well laid out and everything, you know, everything worked out. Like, you can tell this was a plan from the start, certain elements of it. But now it's getting to the point where it almost feels like they're making it up as they go, which in wrestling storylines isn't usually the best. So we'll see what they do with it. I think the best thing they can do is kind of what they're starting to do with Jay, and that's kind of pull back on how much attention they're giving it. I would say probably the best thing they can do is don't make the Bloodline storyline the focus for a few weeks, maybe even a couple months. Kind of give it some time to just be in the background there. Like, you can allude to a few things, but I would say kind of hold off on making any big advancements with it for a little while. I don't know, that's just me. Because, you know, you still got, what? We're in September now. Yes, we're in September. We still got 3 more months this year, and then, what, 4 months until Mania next year? So, we're still looking at another 7-8 months of stuff that they gotta do. And, you know, they still gotta build up Roman Reigns' next challenger for the title. Reigns currently isn't feuding with anyone other than, you know, because the Bloodline drama is like the biggest story in wrestling. It kind of has taken away from Reigns having one-on-one feuds with people for the title. I mean, think about it. When's the last time Reigns has actually, since Cody, Reigns has actually feuded over one purely over the title? The whole thing with Jay was about him betraying the Bloodline. Reigns doesn't have like a title challenger to feud with. So, how long can the world champion go like that? I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I make videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus and next week where we continue our Batman Arkham Asylum walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and Jimmy Uso signing out. Bye, guys.